I'm gonna get heat if I don't ask about it. So just generally, what happened with AEW?
I've talked about it on my Twitch. I said our side. It was no negative feelings on anyone's side. It's just wasn't meant to be, is how I'll keep it, but you know, a lot of dirt sheets like to spread stuff that isn't correct and get false information and put it out there, which is what happened a lot last time. And I called the dirt sheets out, talked to them directly, and then they stopped reporting false information.
Yeah.
And I know as soon as this interview goes out, it'll fire back up again. I don't expect anything less. They'll take some snippets from it, run with it.
And we are back for another casual conversation with the classic. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with a very special guest. Very long overdue.
It is. My bad. That's on me. Been busy girl.
I'm here with Nixon Newell, formerly known as Tegan Nox. We're just going to chat. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to hang out.
Hell
first
yeah.
things first. How are you doing
It's been
today?
a while since that. Last time we hung out was what? Mania in...
I saw you at Mania in LA.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And that was so, like, not... My buddy, like, woke me up and... I don't want to say dragged me to, like, I was more than grateful to go, but it was like, hey, we got to go to NXT. I'm like, NXT is the same morning? And then we just went to NXT and we're walking through that hotel to get to the other arena. And I was like, oh, hey, Nixon, I'm gonna say what's up.
And you caught me and Viper leaving the bar because our job was done for the day. Like, oh,
yeah, you were like all nicely dressed up. I was like in a wrestling t-shirt and sweatpants. Like, hey,
I was forced to be dressed nice. I usually like dressing like a bum.
Yeah, comfortable. I like to say comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a comfort dresser. If I don't have to throw jeans on, then I'm not going to do it.
Exactly.
Let's get into things first. Very cliche question, but I ask everybody this at the beginning because I am the wrestling classic. I built a page on old school wrestling and whatnot. What are your earliest memories of wrestling? Like, what got you into wrestling?
I remember I started watching wrestling in 1999, so it was just when the invasion happened, I think. Something like that.
That would have been 2001.
It was definitely 99 I started watching because I remember I was 5 and my nan started hitting my granddad because I was far too young to be watching wrestling, apparently. Especially with how the women used to dress back then.
Yeah.
So surprised that I came out gay, isn't it? It's a very big surprise.
Started watching wrestling when the women dressed the way they used to dress.
Exactly. And bra panties matches. What happened?
Like, these women are way better looking than these guys.
Yeah, what is happening here?
Yeah.
But I remember Molly Holly was the first woman I saw wrestle. I remember that. That's why she became one of my favorites. And then my ultimate hero in wrestling was because then it was like, oh, women can do this. And then it was, oh, women can do cool shit and not just wear that. That's sick. So that's why she became like my first and ultimate favorite. But my first memories was definitely the invasion, albeit it might have been a bit later. But I know I started watching in 99 because it wasn't, like I said, I remember vividly my nan slapping my granddad with a newspaper because I was 5 years old and far too young.
I have 2 questions off of that. First things first. First question is, have you met Molly Holly? Are you going to talk to her and like tell her how she's
Dude, I have Molly Holly's phone number. She texts me.
That's awesome.
What is life, dude? Like, I remember I met her at Evolution, the first Evolution.
Yeah.
Where I was on crutches. And they were like, oh, can you come do this interview? I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, bit miserable right now. I was supposed to be in that match. Like, I'm miserable. Like, I'm in pain, hobbling. And they're just asking me all these questions about wrestling. I'm just so depressed. And then I turn around and I see her and then I just start crying. I have pictures on my phone from the interview and it's quite embarrassing how much I cried. And then we became close then after I asked Matt Bloom if I could get her contact information, like an email I was expecting to ask if I could use the Molly go around and get permission because, you know, it's her thing. Yeah. And next thing I know, he walks up to me, he's like, here's her phone number. She told me to tell you to text her. What? So now every so often she'll text me and be like, hey, how's things? How are you doing? Like, she became like a big mentor for me backstage and she was, when I was there and she was agenting. So that was pretty cool to have Molly as my agent during matches.
That's awesome. I guess the second part wasn't a question, but I was gonna say I have to agree because like I think 1999 was peak like chaos because I think that was even the year I feel like I started watching in 96 and I was always allowed to watch WCW, but the WWF side of things was like all the stuff that was bad that was flying over my head. Like I didn't know what Val Venus was or what the Godfather was doing or like I didn't really know. Like he came out with a bunch of girls. This guy wore a towel out there. Like ooh, like he's wearing a towel. What's like but like I didn't know what he was. Like he was an adult star. Like I didn't know any of that. But and then I look back and I'm like, oh, I guess the adults in my family were like, what the?
Like, oh, absolutely. Like when Val Venus is getting his privates chopped off, you're like, ha ha ha, he got his dick joke. It's like, oh my god, no, now you know what's going on.
I didn't understand it then, but now I watch back and like, oh, I get it, and like, suck it. Like we didn't know what it really meant. Yeah. We were just running around saying it. Middle fingers,
you wonder why you get shouted at in school for yelling "suck it." Like, what do you mean?
Like they just do it on TV. I don't know. How was that experience for you? You know, that first Evolution happened, and obviously you were out, and that was a big deal. The first all women's pay per view from the WWE. Like,
it was obviously super depressing because like it was supposed to be in the match. I was supposed to be part of the Evolution, so that sucked. Which I only found out I was supposed to be part of that day. As I was walking past, they're like, "Oh, I'm so sad you don't get to perform today." I'm like, "What do you mean? what do you mean?" And then I found it all out. But it was cool to see like the girls shine. Like there wasn't, I feel even now looking back on that pay-per-view, there wasn't a bad match. Like everyone shone. Like I remember Charlotte versus Becky, and everyone was just huddled around like the TVs, like whether it was in the locker room or Gorilla or wherever, just watching. Like women are killing it right now. Like this is a cool pay-per-view. And like Ruby Riott or Ruby Soho and Sarah Logan, they were all in the 6-man tag, right? And they had the Halloween gimmicks on. And they both wrote my name on their wrist tape because obviously they were super upset. So it was a bittersweet situation. I was so happy for everyone to, you know, have such a sick opportunity and wrestle like these legends and all this other stuff. But it was bittersweet that I was only there to be able to watch instead of partake.
Do you remember what match you were supposed to be part of? Was it?
It was supposed to be, from what I was told, and I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if this is true, but I was told by multiple people it was supposed to be me and Tony in the Mae Young final.
Okay, yeah. That's what was, and she did have the Mae Young final there.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's talk about that for a second before I go ahead. Like, how crazy was the boom of UK wrestling from like 2014 to like? It's still a little bit now, but NXT UK kind of killed the system for a second. But
a little bit.
Just a little bit. But how crazy was the boom for a period? Because I started my page in 2014, and like wrestling was cool here, but like the Bullet Club was cool in Japan, and all that was happening. Then the UK scene, like I remember telling some wrestlers here in Vancouver, being like, "Yo, like if you can't go work in the States, go work in the UK, because like it's bumping over there." Between you, Tony, Kaylee Ray, like Pete Dunne, like it was just stacked. Like the Mountain Mustache Mountain group, like it was just stacked.
Dude, it was wild, and like being able to be in that little group of, you know, like I wouldn't say I was trained by Attack, but like my trainers were Pete Dunne, Mark Andrews, you know, like Mike Hitchman, Wild Boar, whatever you want to call him. Like I was so blessed to have such incredible trainers and then be brought up with the likes of, you know, Ryan Smile, rest in peace. Like I said, wrestling Pete Dunne, wrestling Mark every week, wrestling Chris Brooks, who just did the Tokyo Dome and Wrestle Kingdom, which is crazy because that's something he's wanted to do since I can remember. Wrestling Tyler Bate, like all these like crazy things, and like wrestling Kaylee, Viper, Tony, just like wrestling those people every single week all around the UK, and it was wild, dude. And then like seeing the new up and comers like Danny Luna, like all these other girls kind of taking over after us, like we left a good pathway for them, and then to see it get so big to then die down because everyone was signed, to then now start to come back. Like I've been over a couple times last year, and it's getting there. It's starting to come back. I think it's just going to take a little while, but the talent that they're brewing there right now is crazy. Like
because it was you guys, and it was followed up by like the Will Ospreay little era of him coming up and stuff, and like What Culture was so popular, and then Progress was like the place to be, and then it was just, you know, and I was just like, I don't like, if someone's younger now listening to this, like I don't think they realize like just the boom that was happening in the UK. Like when you were a kid there, like was it your goal to come to America, or did you want to go wrestle in Japan and stuff too, and have you wrestled?
When I was a kid, it was obviously America, because at the time I didn't really have access to like Japanese wrestling as such. Like there was YouTube and stuff, but where I'm from, it's like such a small town. You get like no one really likes wrestling in my hometown. It was never a big thing. Like I was bullied for liking wrestling. I was the weird kid. So when I started to get into wrestling, Chris Brooks really put me on to like Japanese wrestling. I started to fall in love with it. And I was like, damn, I want to go there. Like I really want to go there. And luckily enough, I did go there. But now I want to go back now that I'm a whole new wrestler. Like I'm not doing like, I'm not the high flyer I used to be. Now I'm more like, I'm just going to kick your skull in and have fun doing that.
The more violent, aggressive wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Instead of doing cool stuff.
The grizzled vet.
Exactly. I'm good at taking high flying stuff. I don't give it anymore.
Let me ask you this then. Because, you know, everyone's kind of got like, oh, this was the person I really enjoyed working with early in my career at this point in my career. Like, who was it in that when you were on the UK independent scene that you were like, oh, it's kind of like my wrestling soulmate out there. That's the person that I really got to.
Hands down. I don't even have to like think about it. Kaylee Ray. Okay. We had some bangers. We had some bangers singles. We had some banging like multi-mans. We tagged in Japan and went for the tag titles a couple of times. You know, we tagged in the UK as well. Like she is, to me, still the best female wrestler the UK has produced. Hands down, without a shadow of a doubt. We've got some incredible people there. But to me, still to this day, Kaylee Ray is the most incredible female wrestler to come out of the UK. And I think it's going to take a lot to be able to beat that, because she's just so good. That's
high. I wish we get to see a little bit more. I feel like we did a little bit when she was on NXT and stuff, and she's killing it right now in the spot that she's in. Don't get me wrong, but you saying that, like, I wish you got to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah, it's the same with Candice, you know? Like, I wish we could see more of Candice and show why she is one of the world's best wrestlers in general. But both of their roles that they're doing right now, they're just absolutely knocking it out in the park, and it makes me really happy to see, you know, this. Although we don't talk as, you know, as though we don't talk as much now because I've moved away from Florida and everyone still lives in Florida. So like everyone's on different schedules. It's still cool to see them absolutely killing it.
No, of course. And like Candice is another one of those people there in that period of like 2014, like if you were in tune with the independents, like she was like one of the women that everybody knew. Like she was
exactly
wrestling with the man, all of that. Like she there's something,
she's incredible.
What's up, everybody? This is RV here from Rain City Toys. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Wrestling Classic. Check out the TWC show that Justin and I do weekly. Also subscribe to Just Yappin'. Justin and I talk about wrestling and everything else that we feel like talking about. If you guys are looking for figures, hit me up. Got some old school legends right here like Rick Martel. Find some of the newer guys like CM Punk. Got some Stone Cold Steve Austin. Anything you're looking for, just hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, Rain City Toys. Hit me up on TikTok, Rain City Toys. Kind of falling behind Justin here on some followers, so let's get those subscriber count up. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And you guys go back to the show and hope you guys enjoy.
Mae Young Classic. Let's get back to it. So you had the tryout. Go to your tryout. So you had a tryout in 2015.
Yeah, and it was in Scotland. It was like me, B. Priestley, Piper. Who else was there? A bunch of like other females, and then Tyler, Pete, Trent Seven, Luke Menzies. Like there was a bunch of names there.
Yeah.
So I had my tryout, and on the last day, they had like little matches, and I was against B because we'd wrestled each other God knows how many times. So we wrestled each other, and after my match, Canyon Seaman called me to the side and he was like, hey, would you like to move? Like, would you move to America? And I was like, absolutely. He's like, so if something came in the mail, you'd happily leave. I was like, yeah, no problem. And he's like, okay, expect something in the mail. So that's how I found out I was signed. Was the last day of the tryout. You just went, okay, expect you in the mail. I was like,
That's
what do you
insane.
mean? So then,
Are you ready to move? Yeah. Like, okay,
like
you'll
just
get in the mail,
expecting nothing of it.
yeah.
And like nothing came for months. I was like, oh, it was just, it was just, he must have just been saying that I've changed their mind or whatever. And then I get a call and I'm on an indie show in the UK and my mother goes, hey, there's a big package here for you. Do you want me to open it? I was like, oh yeah, it might be my new gear, thinking, it's new gear being made. And she's like, oh, it's your contract? I was like, oh, you were serious? Oh, sick.
Yeah.
So I went on from that indie show after I did my match, read through and it was like this thick. And I was like, sounds good.
That's hilarious.
Signed it and then, did the visa process and stuff. And then I was at my sister's wedding actually in May 2017. And I left her wedding on because it was in Cyprus. Left her wedding on the 28th of the night of the 28th. Landed in London mid-morning on the 29th and then flew straight out and landed in Florida on the 30th. So I went straight from my sister's wedding to move into Florida.
Your sister's wedding was also like your goodbye party. Like,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Definitely treated it like it.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then did you know about the Mae Young Classic immediately? Or was that something like
so that was the
women?
It was the first Mae Young Classic and they were kind of talking about it during our first tryout, and then we got the email saying that we were all in it, and then I think I want to say like 2 weeks into training, so like 2 weeks before everyone was coming in for the first Mae Young was when my first ACL went during training. So that's when I got bumped out of the Mae Young, and really weirdly, we found out that like I've known for a couple of months, but like, the internet sleuths, they can find anything out. They actually found out that Miranda was my replacement for the Mae Young. And now, like, was it like 8 years later, we're now a couple. Like, and we had no really idea.
That, though.
It's crazy work, dude.
What a weird full circle moment,
right?
Eh? Yeah. Tell me about that though, because obviously within your career, and we're gonna go. I want to talk a little bit about NXT stuff too as well. But like within your career, there was like a lot of hurdles that were caused because of injuries, right?
Yeah.
That first injury came when you came in for the Mae Young Classic. From a mental health level, there's like an independent wrestler and then that's working today, and they're dealing with injuries now. Like, what would you say kind of helped you or got because it's hard. It's hard when you you get this contract, you get to move countries, you have this momentum, and it kind of gets like taken away from you. And I've heard it enough times, like sitting on the sidelines, like, yeah, you're rooting for everyone to do good, but you're also kind of like, like I wish I was in there. How did you deal with all that?
The first time it wasn't so bad, because I hadn't really picked up any steam yet. Like, the Mae Young would have been cool to do the first one, it would have been cool, but it wasn't like I knew I wasn't going to get a spotlight from it as such. Yeah. So I was bummed, yes, but that one wasn't so hard for me to sit back on. It was like, okay, cool. Like, let me show him, what I can do, like showing my heart that I can come back through this and then come back even better. It was the second one that I really struggled with mentally, especially then finding out everything that was supposed to happen. That one was a big struggle to the point where halfway through my recovery, I went into a meeting room with Sarah Amato and was like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. Like, I'm going to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. And she's like, what the hell? And like Dakota was with me, and I just started crying because I still loved wrestling, but it was so detrimental at that point with my injury, thinking that, they're never going to see me as anything other than, this injury prone girl. Like, this is pointless at this point. So I we had this meeting. She's like, please just like go home, have your vacation, chill out, and then come back, and then let's talk about it again. She's like, don't make that decision right now. Like, let's talk about it. And I went home and, sitting around talking to my sister. It was like, no, like, let's go back, see this out, and then go from there. But the biggest help for me was having such a great support system of friends. Like, I'd at the start of the surgery, my friends would take it in turns, like coming over and babysit me, because like obviously I couldn't, like that one was such a bad injury, like there was nothing really attached to my knee there to fix everything other than the PCL. So I literally couldn't do anything. So Sarah Logan would take turns, Candice, Dakota, Shayna, Mia, they'd all take turns coming over and like make sure I was taking my medication, or making sure I'd like eat, or like just like at one point I remember I'm very much I don't like asking for help kind of person. So at one point it was like soon after my surgery, I was like, oh, I really want to take a shower today, because I couldn't take a shower. Like I just had to, you know, like
sponge bath or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to take a shower today. And I got up and I walked to the shower on my crutches with Sarah Logan. And I just stood in the shower and turned to her and I just crying, because it was just so much pain. And she was like, okay, let's like take you back to the couch and I'll do whatever I need to do to help you. She's like, no bother. So just having that such an incredible support system was by far the biggest relief and biggest help that I could ever ask for. And even the coaches were like super helpful. Like they'd always check up on me and like, do I need anything? Like, and I was one of those people that I wouldn't just go to rehab and go home. I go to rehab and then I go and sit by the rings, take notes, like writing stuff, like, because I still wanted to be in wrestling, I still wanted to learn. So when I was recovering from that as well, I started taking on different avenues of wrestling with like, not like commentary and stuff, and learning how to do that. Because I was like, if I can't come back from this, at least I have an avenue of, hey, I can do commentary, I can do this, I can do this. So it was just trying to find something to keep my mind occupied on what I loved, and then having that support system for me was like the biggest help. And that's what I recommend to everyone whenever they say they're struggling with mental health in wrestling, is have your support system, but also have something that you enjoy as well, that you can fully focus on to take your mind off elsewhere. And I don't know if that just helps, because I'm riddled with ADHD, so I need like multiple things to keep going. But that's what helped me, was the support system and just being able to concentrate on something that I truly loved.
I can relate with the stubbornness and not wanting to rely on other people. So you having a good support system that understood your stubbornnness and not wanting to rely on other people, but also be there for you is super cool. And I think that is a very important thing to have. Like, to let people in and accept the help sometimes.
Exactly. Like they will force the help on you. But just accept. Like I remember one time all the girls, like every one of them was on an NXT road loop, and I needed ice for my thing. So I had no one there. There was no one there to help me. And I texted Candice and Dakota and Shayna in a group chat a video of me sitting on my ass with the ice machine on a towel, on like a Bob's Burgers blanket. And like I'm scooching my ass across the floor, and then I pull the blanket with the ice machine, scooching my ass more, just keep doing this. And then I got a text back from Candice going, what are you doing? Ask for help. I was like, no one is here. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's like, I need ice. It hurts.
But you were very resourceful.
Exactly. I figured it out. I did.
Yeah,
and then
you created your own
machine.
No, but what a class of NXT too. Like when you talk about Candice, Shayna, Dakota, Mia, like it was just a stacked class of NXT. Like that group of girls that you came up with. I guess that leads me to a couple of questions. First thing first, I gotta ask you, because Shayna's no longer with the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie's just about to hit the independent scene back in. Dakota, she's now going by Charlie, used to go by Evie, but gonna hit the independent scene again. Is there any like level of like, have you been able to work with Shayna yet since she's been on the independents? And is there any like, are we gonna see a reunion of part of Team Super Kick or Team Kick here with you and Charlie?
I haven't got to work with Shayna yet on the indies. We've talked about her a lot, and we want someone to book it, because we'd always mess around backstage being like, oh dude, when we have this indie match, we're gonna do all this stuff, and like we'd just be calling spots to each other and ideas like all through our friendship. And we've been friends for 9 years now, like going on 10 next year. Like it's been crazy. So like since then we're like, oh, when we're on the indies we could do this, like call all these spots. So I want someone to book it.
We'll put it out there.
Hopefully someone book me versus Shayna. And I'd like to reunite with Charlie, but I'd also like to wrestle her one more time too. I know she's going to be busy as soon as she takes like more booking. She's going to be so busy. So I'd like to wrestle one more time because my time in wrestling is dwindling down. So I'd like to get those two under my belt once more in a situation where we can just have creative freedom to do whatever we want.
To have that match that you probably didn't get to have in the WWE because it is a little bit more produced in a specific style. That being, and then, Charlie's coming back out wrestling. I think Chris Statlander soon.
Yeah,
and I think from there forward, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
You say that your time in wrestling is dwindling down, and I've seen you speak about it a handful of times. Like, I only got a year left. This is my last couple of years. How long is it?
So right now, I said back in 2024 when I was released, I was like, I don't see myself going past 2 years. Last year went real quick. So in my mind right now, if nothing happens, this is my last year because I have other things that I'm super passionate about that I want to focus on. And it's not that I don't like wrestling anymore. I just prefer being behind the scenes and like teaching people stuff or being a producer. Like I enjoy doing that way more than being an in-ring competitor. And I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that's just with time or wherever, but I've always been the type of person that loves helping people. So like I've been producing at some of Miranda's shows that she's runs with other people, and it's been a blast. And I help her train at her academy, Evolution Dojo here in Houston. And I genuinely feel like a child again when I'm able to do those things. Yeah. So for me, it's not that I'm going to be done in wrestling completely. Like I'm stepping out, like walking away, hands clean. I just don't want to be an in-ring competitor anymore. I want to help people and elevate them. And like, you know, I'm studying right now to be personal trainer, and then also doing massage therapy. So that's my other goal. Is still fitness and sports related, but like dipping my toe in with helping train people and producing and all that kind of stuff. So it's just, you know, if something happens in the next year, someone asks me to do something, I'll talk about it. But mentally right now, I'm so focused on producing, helping people, getting my license for massage therapy and physical therapy and personal training to be able to help. So like going completely off topic, but like I'm doing a specific study within personal training to help athletes recovering from injuries. So that's like, I just love helping people. So that's why I wanted to do that study of, I know what it takes to come back from multiple injuries. I want to help people, make it easier for them to return to doing what they love. So that's why I said this year is my last year, because I have so many things I'm focused on and totally and utterly in love with doing that. Yeah. In-ring is not my top priority anymore. I've done it this will be my 16th year. At that point, I'm like, I'm good. You know, I've wrestled places that I've never thought I'd wrestle, like Kirk and Hall. I did Royal Rumbles, WWE. I've did like a bunch of cool things. So I feel content in my career. So this year I want to just have fun. Where the bookings come flying, like I've got a decent amount booked up. So it doesn't matter to me if bookings don't come a lot this year. It's the bookings I want. I want to have fun. Yeah. And wrestle my friends.
And I feel like the bookings that probably do come in too, like you're considerate of which ones you want to do or not anyways, because you know it's your last year. So it's like,
exactly.
It's not like you're just accepting every booking either. It's also like, does this work timing wise with everything? Like obviously you have education stuff going on at the same time too. So it's like all that factors in. And you kind of beat me to my question, because like when you talked about your injury and recovering, and you talked about like, well, you know, I would still stick around after doing the rehab, and I'd take notes, and I would learn about the commentary, and I learned about this and that. Because I was then going to ask you, like, well, is there interest for you to do other things in wrestling after you're actually done wrestling? But you answered that. And I do think it's like another thing in a weird way that is full circle. Like if it wasn't for that injury, like who knows if you would be interested in the other aspects of wrestling.
Exactly.
The watching the people learn and the behind the scenes stuff, right? So I think that's really cool. Yeah.
I've always been like that kind of person. Like me and Candice used to talk about this all the time. Us two as individuals are so much better at like creative minds for other people than we are ourselves. Yeah. So like she'd come up to me and go, hey dude, like I need a spot that ends in this. Like, what can I do? And I'd be like, oh yeah, do this. She's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And she'd walk away. Or I'd do the same, going, hey dude, like, I wanted to do this, but how do I like transition into that? And she's like, oh, like, and we just like keep talking. So like, that's why I knew coaching would come easy and favorable to me, is because I'm so much better at helping and being creative for others than I am for myself.
Do you think you have like a good eye to see the potential in people and see what people
I think
can
so.
do? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't like blowing smoke up my own arse because, you know, I don't tend to like myself, like most depressive people.
Yeah.
But I do think I'm able to like spot people, and like me and Miranda will talk about this all the time. Like if we see someone like, oh shit, they're really good.
Like they got something. You can see the good in people. Their strengths and stuff.
For me right now, one of the people to keep your eyes on is Jasmine Allure. Like she is good, dude, and Caliente. Like they are good, dude. Like it's wild how fluid they are for being relatively new. So I do think I have a little bit of a good eye of who I can see has not even just like the potential, but who wants this.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like a lot of people like, I just want to wrestle, but they're not helping themselves in the gym outside of wrestling, or like with how they look, like with gear and stuff. So it's like I have a good eye of seeing like, oh, they actually want it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a two-edged sword there, because you see people with potential who don't help themselves. You're like,
yeah, you know when someone's in their own head, or like sometimes people need that extra. Like I think that's what I do with my page all the time, is give people a little bit of that extra push and kind of like,
definitely
you can do this, or you're great, or like trust me, you're over. Just a reminder, don't worry about what Twitter's saying. You're over.
Exactly.
Like, yada.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone listen to what Twitter says.
Yeah, no, don't ever do that. We actually now I'm curious because like obviously being a woman in the wrestling industry, over the years, it's getting better and better every year, but it wasn't always that way. Like it was a men's sport. They didn't want you doing the spots they were doing and all this stuff. The men were supposed to be the main event, all that. Not with a bias in that sense, but like, do you kind of have like a little bit more of a like more empathy towards women in the business? Like we just saw Bailey do the whole Lodestone thing where she had a seminar with a group of women, which was amazing, and kind of like giving them the ropes that she could, because she also came up in a different time when the industry was different, right? Like, go watch a documentary. It's her and Mercedes talking about like, we couldn't even tell the guys what spots we were going to do. Otherwise, they wouldn't let us do them. Like, it was just a different time. Do you feel like you have a little bit more empathy towards like, I want to help women coming into professional wrestling and help them find a way and navigate through this kind of messy waters sometimes?
I think so. More so on like a personal aspect than professional. Because I think women do get hounded a lot online by a lot more than men do. So I try to help them more in a personal aspect. Like don't listen to these marks online. Like that's all they want to do is like kill your spirit and like destroy you. Like that's all they want to do. Whereas they couldn't even walk a mile in your shoes. You know what I mean? So it's more of a personal aspect of like, never listen to online hype, because online hype could last for a year. It could last for a day. Like just don't listen to it. Focus on what you're doing. If someone says something negative, it's just because they are negative. It's nothing on you. It's just they're jealous or they just aren't happy with themselves. So it's more so I want to help women outside of wrestling instead of inside, because inside is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can only help yourself so much within inside of wrestling, whereas outside you have to have that support network of don't listen to this, just listen to this and this, if that makes sense. So it's more so just, I like to help them with their mental health instead of their physical wrestling. But I like helping them with their wrestling too. You know what I mean?
But like more like, that's what I meant. Like teaching them and helping them navigate through the waters, how to take care of themselves, not let things get to them. Don't take things personally. What you really don't have to do if you don't want to.
Exactly.
Because sometimes, and I see this with young wrestlers, men and women, especially when you're younger and you're in your early 20s and you really want to get somewhere, like, and you're in that phase where you're just obsessed with it. Like, you will make some sacrifices. It's like, you don't have to do that. Do not sell 100%. Yourself short. Like, remember who you are. Like, don't worry about like, what if this doesn't work, something else will work down the road. Like, don't sell yourself out.
I feel like a lot of young kids right now don't like hold themselves to their own worth.
Yeah.
which, you know what I mean? Like, don't wrestle for free or for $20. Like, know your worth. So it's like a,
don't
it's
just
like
go
a,
work for a promoter for free. They're gonna try to use that forever on
exactly.
you. Like, you
Exactly.
really gotta, like, it's just, it's interesting with the younger, and now I see it a lot more because they reach out to me to like, oh, can you like share this? And I'm like, yo, like, what's going on in your life? How's it going?
Yeah.
Because I think I've been around long enough now. I kind of know how things go, and you need to like, you got to make sure. Though I say this, and we'll move on. I sometimes tell people, like, one of the worst things you can do in wrestling, when you come into it, is love wrestling and tell someone it's your dream, because they will take advantage of that.
Yep,
do not 100%. Tell someone this is your dream. I love this so much, because they will take advantage of that.
Exactly.
Tell them you want money. Tell them you want to do this for work and you want to get paid.
You want to go to Hollywood. You want to do all this stuff.
Tell them all the other stuff you want to do. Okay, make it seem like you don't love this. Because I'm telling you, that's something I always feel like I gotta remind people. So they're watching this, just remember that.
Yeah.
Hey yo, it's your boy, the Wrestling Classic, Justin here, and I'm here to tell you guys about one of wrestling's best kept secrets for merchandise, officially licensed WWE and NXT merchandise, 500level.com. Check them out, 500level.com. Get officially licensed merchandise for the WWE, NXT, UFC, MLB, NBA, NHL. They got it all. If you join the Partnership Point program as a loyal customer, you will get discounts down the road. You can find merchandise for some of your favorite NXT stars that you can't find anywhere else. Javon Evans, Kalani Jordan, Carmen Petrovic, Lola Vice, Trick Williams. They got merchandise for everybody on NXT. You got OG shirts like this NWO shirt. You got big stars like the Queen Charlotte Flair. You get new designs like this new design for Lita. You get designs I helped out with, like this design for Dakota Kai, which I was a part of creating when Dakota didn't have those many shirts going on. You can get, like I said, NXT superstars like Carmen Petrovic and many others. You can get OGs like the none other than the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper. You can get CM Punk, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, anybody you want. Sami Zayn's 500level.com. Check them out. You can even get the bad guy, Razor Ramon. You get your OG, like I said, logo shirts, NWO, WWF, Survivor Series, Raw's War. 500level.com. Check them out. Join the partnership program. Some of the best quality shirts, premium quality, regular quality. Some of the best product you will find out there, officially licensed WWE NXT merchandise and OG legend stuff. 500level.com. Check them out. Keep doing the thing. We'll see you all later. Ooh, yeah.
You were part of like the coolest era of NXT. There was a point where NXT from like 2015 till I want to say until they went to like NXT 2.0 or whatever, like NXT was sometimes more popular than Raw and SmackDown, especially in 2019. Like, it was the better product. What does it mean to you to be part of that class of NXT where everyone has such nostalgia for already?
Oh, it means a lot, because that's when I had my most fun in WWE was Black and Gold. Like, that whole storyline with Charlie was by far some of my favorite things I've ever done. And it was cool because like we were all friends. Like, there wasn't someone like trying to outdo anyone. It was like, how do we all work together to make this even better for everyone involved? So it was cool, like wrestling Bianca and then seeing Bianca like it being in WrestleMania and all this other stuff, and like Shayna in WrestleMania and all these cool things. Like, it was just so nice to be part of something that it was like cool. The matches were sick, but like everyone was helping everyone. Men and women were like you said earlier, at some points women couldn't tell the men their spots, whereas we were at a time where we were like, hey, the guys across would be like, hey, like, you should do this, this, and this, and this. This would be sick. And we're like, yeah, that is sick. Like, it was cool to be a part of that era, because I feel like we were doing things no wrestling promotion really was doing, and building stories that could evolve onto main roster and all this other stuff. It was great to be a part of, and it's something I hold very, very fondly of, not just in my WWE time, but my entire wrestling career, because I made some of the best friends in the world there, had some of my best matches there, and just had an absolute blast.
Yeah, like that was the year where like every takeover was like an event. Like you couldn't miss it. Like there wasn't a bad takeover. Like everyone left you with like, oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was the period of like bringing back war games, doing this, bringing back some of the old pay-per-views like that were nostalgic for us. And it was just a really cool era, and to be part of that, and the class of women that were in that, it's pretty insane. And yeah, all the stuff we did with Charlie, that heel turn, people still watch till this day.
Like to this day, people still message go, that was one of the sickest heel turns, and like, it was like she
was laying in them stomps.
Oh, she was. I remember going backstage going, are you okay? I'm like, that was sick.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. It was good stuff. Tell me about this, and how was it when you got called up to the main roster? Like, what was your, like when that happened? Because I've been told, I don't know for sure, people never know. It just kind of happens. The people at NXT don't even know half the time. It's like, hey, we're taking these people, and you're like, oh, okay. But,
yeah, like it was. I had no idea because they teased my return for God knows how long with the charging cable, and then I came back, attacked Candice, and then I'm like, oh, sick! I can't wait to like run with this. It's gonna be fun. Like me and Indy can do some cool stuff. To then they're like, hey, you're on SmackDown. I was like, huh? I just came back. What do you mean? They're like, yep. Like, we want you to come in, do some dark matches on SmackDown. So me, Tony, and Shotzi drove down in a car for some dark matches. And then on the drive home, was it the drive home? On the drive home, got a call saying, like, hey, we need you to come back and film another one because it was during the Thunderdome era. So we went back, did another one, and then they were like, hey, so, like, congratulations, you're on SmackDown. And I'm like, I just came back.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, what am I doing up here? Like, what about all this storyline that we just written down there? No, it was fine. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it was cool, and I'm very grateful for being called up. But I'm one of those people that, like, not the glass is half full or half empty, but I always wonder what could have been. Yeah. So I wonder, like, would I have still been there if I hadn't got called up so soon after returning? Like, like I'm very grateful for it. And it was super fun. Like I got to wrestle on Raw and SmackDown. But I always wonder, like, what would have been if I hadn't got called up the first time? Like, would I have been a main player in NXT? Would it have been the same stuff? Like, would I have just come back to do nothing? Like, it's always scratch my head.
It's like one of those books where like you get to pick the next step, right? Like, oh, go to the main roster NXT, and then like the story's different.
Yeah, exactly.
Different route. You don't know, right? How was that Thunderdome era for you?
It was cool. I enjoyed it. I didn't really get to like NXT one was cool because we had like all the other NXT roster around. Like just the weirdest time though. Like we had like the roster around for like the later half of it. But I remember doing that ladder match. And it was me, Charlie, Candice, Mia, Chelsea, and Io, I think.
Yeah.
And
what a roster. We're going
wild, right? Yeah. But I remember doing that match, and there was literally no one there, not even NXT roster. Like, if you weren't on the show, you weren't allowed to be there. So I remember Raquel taking the table bump. I took a bump through the ladders. Chelsea took that rad bump off the top onto the ropes. I mean, like, it's like within reason, it's like the Indies were doing it in front of no one. What is happening? Yeah. But like, we're in front of no one right here, but then it's being broadcast to like thousands upon thousands of people. But it's like, it's just so crazy to hear like the table full sound cracking or the ladder cracking. You're like, you never hear this because the crowd is always so hot and so loud.
No reaction. You're not getting anything back. At least sometimes with the adrenaline of the crowd's into this. Okay,
exactly.
Like, that's not even there. You're like, oh, I'm just
lying on the floor. Oh, this really hurts this time.
Like hopefully this looks good on TV.
Yeah, because you've got no one to react to. You don't know if it was like a really bad bump that you took or if it looked like crap. You're like, oh God, I hope this is worth it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that list of names that were in that match, and I just sat here for a second and I was like, yeah, like, and the one thing that's also off similar with all of you is like, and I'm not dogging any which side of it, because I know there is a separation. There's a degree of separation between the people that come in from athletics and modeling and the independent wrestlers. But that was a group of independent wrestlers.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was a group of girls that grinded on the indies and might have done these matches and wrestled the man and like, you know, and I'm like, there's something to that like, I don't know if you're like, we did this in the crack of the table. And I'm like, I don't know if the athletic girls would feel the same way in the Thunderdome era doing that stuff. Where
probably
you girls
not.
are probably like,
this is badass.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna get hurt for no reason. Like, what's but where you girls like, all right,
yeah,
we wrestled in front of nobody before. We can do this.
Yeah, this is fine. Don't worry. I wrestled with less people than no one. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So there's something to that. I don't know what it is, but there's something to that you guys are all girls from the independents. Talk about this weird situation that obviously happened. You got let go in 2021. You came back in 2022. You were part of that. Triple H took over, called a bunch of people back. What happened between that time? Did you think you were coming back?
So it was real weird. Because I was just before I left, I was in the process of getting my green card. So then, because then I had to do it independently from them, I physically couldn't work for an entire year until as long as I couldn't work until my green card came through, which ended up taking a year. So I was literally just sat at home, like all my savings went on just existing. Like I still had bills to pay. I still had to survive off food. Like, you know what I mean? Like all my savings I'd saved up for however long I was there, 4 years, just went. And I wasn't it wasn't one of those cases where I lived above my means. It was just, it's expensive to exist.
Yeah,
you know it is. I mean? So like, I remember, I want to say like 9 months or so into like that entire thing. I was like, why is it taking so long to get my green card? Like this is taking forever. So I just text Triple H and I was like, hey, is there any way that you could help me? Like with the lawyers, all I was expecting was like a lawyer's name. Cause at the time my lawyers weren't doing anything. I was like, is there anything where you can help me with just a lawyer's name? He was like, give me a few hours. I'll give you a call. I was like, okay, cool. So I get on a phone call with him. He's like, hey, how's everything? I was like, it could be better. Like my green card's just taking forever. And he was like, oh, okay. Like how far into are you? And I was telling him, he's like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, do you want to come back to work? Like just as nonchalantly as I was like, excuse me? He's like, do you want to come back to work? I was like, I mean, yeah. He's like, what kind of shape are you in? You healthy? You good? I was like, I'm in the best shape of my life right now. Like that's all I can do is work out, eat, sleep, play video games. That's all I can do. Yeah. And he's like, okay, cool. I'll get one of the guys to send you through the contract and we'll see you back soon. So then I hang up the phone and within 10 minutes I get a text from talent relations going, hey, like welcome back. We're so happy to have you back. Expect an email within the hour with your contract. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
So I got a contract through, I signed it, and I was like, what is happening? So then they took over my green card process again. And then it came through and it was so upsetting. It came through the week after the Cardiff show.
Oh.
And I was like, are you kidding me? Because even if it was accepted, I couldn't have left the country because then he would have to restart again and I wouldn't have been able to come back. I was so sad. I was like, are you kidding me? Of course the universe brings it in a week after my hometown show in the stadium where I grew up watching all the rugby games, all my football games. Like, what the hell? Yeah. But then I was back to work. Like they flew me into Buffalo and then...
Yeah, that's not Cardiff.
Yeah, I was like, the pop's not going to be
all right, Buffalo.
Shit. Then they drove me up into Buffalo and I remember being like, they're like, oh, wear a hoodie and like a mask. I'm like, no one's going to give a shit if it's me. We don't need to do all this stuff. They're like, no, like wear mask, wear a hoodie, like we're going to sneak you in. I was sat in a trailer all day. I was like, what the hell is happening here? Someone outside was like, is that Lana? And I was like, nope, it's not. This is not. She was like, oh, here we go. I'm not going to get a pop now. Sat in the change in the big, massive tour bus, which is wild. Then comes Bailey, Charlie, EO, like all hugs, tears, like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to be cool. To then go out to an actual pop. I'm like, oh, what's happening here? You haven't seen me for a year and you guys are popping right now? What the hell? Sick. But it was just literally the call went, okay, cool. You want to come back to work? I was like took me completely by surprise. Like I wasn't asking for a job back. I don't even know if I would have asked for a job back because at the time I was just like, oh, I'm a massive pussy. Like I don't want to step on any toes. Like now I don't care.
Yeah.
But at the time I was like, I want to I just want to help. Just like help me with a lawyer. And it was okay, cool. Do you want a job? Yes, thank you. I will be.
I'll take that too. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. If I must.
Did they give you any reason why you were released at 2021, or was it just budget cuts?
Budget cuts is what I was told.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just one of those. Hey, sorry, but 90 days.
So they got a bit of a budget and they called you back, I guess.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we can afford her now.
Yeah, we can afford it. And that is like a thing, though, right? Like that's a thing where like all wrestlers, and I've done enough of these interviews to know where they're like coming back, and they could even be like the most popular wrestler before they left, and they're still like, I don't know if they're gonna remember me. I don't know if they're gonna pop.
Legit. I was like, 'cause I did nothing really. Like I was the girl on the back of Shotzi's tank. I was like, I did nothing. Like NXT, I would have expected to pop in NXT, but not main roster. And when they popped, I was like, oh God, this is Triple H's SmackDown right now.
It is. And that's the thing. When he took it over, I think a lot of those NXT fans were like, oh, he's running it now. Like maybe it's going to turn in. Yeah, to what we once loved, right? Like,
exactly.
Let's get back to that. About the return, you got to work with Natty quite a bit. How was that? You guys were teaming. That was becoming a thing. You guys had your spot in the Rumble and everything as well. How was it working with Natty?
It was cool because like before I was released the first time, I was against Natty and I was in a whole tag team turmoil with me and Shotzi and her and Tamina. So it was cool getting to work with Natty on both sides of like as an opponent and as a tag partners and seeing how different her mind works for either side. Like, could you get her input as well as TJ? So you have two of the most established minds in wrestling on either side. And you're just like, this is crazy to work. And like, I'd go to the dojo, the dungeon and stuff. Like, it was cool. It was real cool. Like, Natty's such an entity. It's fun working with Natty because you never know what you're going to be doing that next week.
When you got released the first time, was there still not any fans?
No, I think there was fans. There was fans because
they were coming back in 2020.
Yeah, it was just coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, that WrestleMania, was the half arena WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, because I remember they started doing like we had fans because we had the tank and stuff, and everyone would pop for the tank. So
coming back to fans wasn't so crazy. You were Who else on that? So we talked a lot about the NXT girls. We talked a lot about Dakota and Candice and Mia and Shayna. But then you did get to go spend some time in the main roster. Like, who were some people that kind of really helped you out up there? Like, who were people that like kind of showed you the ropes?
She's a mother to everyone. Like, no, Tamina. Like, that woman is to this day one of my favorite people I've ever met. Like, she is so kind, so caring. Like, all she wants is for others to succeed. She's honestly one of the best humans ever. So it was lovely being like taken under her wing. And like when I came back for the Rumble, because she was away for a while when I came back, and she came back and she gave me like this biggest bay hug and she was crying. So, and I started crying. I'm like, oh my God, like, please, like, there's not many people that can make me cry, but Tamina is one of them. Bailey's incredible. I started to become friendly with her before I even got to NXT because she's good friends with Candice. So Candice was like telling her about me and all this other stuff. Like Natty, Bailey, Tamina. It was a wild ride. I don't think there was anyone up there that was plotting your downfall. They all wanted you to succeed. Like when Nia came back, she was another mother figure to a lot of people, like a bigger sister. So that was cool because she's obviously really good friends with Shayna and I'm good friends with Shayna. So it was like that mutual connection where we kind of bonded over, not bullying Shayna, but, taking the mick out of Shayna quite a lot. So it was just a lot of people, but there's like Tamina for me is like the best person on that main roster, whether she's on screen or off screen. She's making sure everyone's having a blast, like having fun. If someone's upset, she's the first one there to be like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, come with me, let's go talk about it. Like 100% hands down the best person I've ever met. Like, she's incredible. And it's just nice to see her enjoying life right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I honestly, I feel like as the years go by, like, you know, we're gonna be hearing more about Tamina and like how, because you hear about it every now and then. You're like, oh, but as a fan, like, you don't see that, right? Like, we don't get to see that side. So it's interesting to see. How did Team Kick come about? What was this whole thing with you, Candice, and Dakota that kind of just popped off with the internet that became like its own thing?
So like Charlie was Team Kick before in New Zealand and Australia, and then we became real close during my first injury because we landed at the exact same time, and we'd met each other on the Indies like I think twice. And our second time on the Indies, we were kind of stood together in a room like this, and we're kind of looking at each other like, I know you've been signed, but you're not saying anything. And she's looking at me going, I know you've been signed, but you're not saying anything. She just kind of looked at each other and went, are you going? And she went, are you going? I was like, And then we're just like, okay, cool. Like, we kind of became friendly then. And then we landed the exact same time. And TR was like, hey, do you guys mind sharing a car from the airport to like your apartment? We're like, yeah, of course. Like, neither of us has driven in America before. For some reason, I was the designated driver. And then my first knee injury actually happened in the ring with her while we were doing a drill. So we became super close through that. Like, she'd take me to work every day for rehab, even though she lived in an apartment complex that was like 10 minutes out of her way. Like, she'd drive out of her way to pick me up to go to the PC. So we just became super friendly during that and became best friends. And then she'd help me in like rehab with like coming back to matches and stuff. And then they're like, oh, because you've just come back, let's put you in a tag match. Let's put you in a tag match with Dakota. And then we just clicked. Like, the chemistry as a tag was just boom, instantaneous. And then even more so as rivals, I feel. But then because we were all, me, her, and Candice and Shayna were all close friends, obviously Shayna couldn't be part of Team Cupcake because she was big bad guy, big bad wolf.
Yeah.
So like Shayna had her girls with Jessamine and Marina, and there's like me, Candice, and Charlie were our little Team Cupcake. And we did it, I want to say like twice. I think we did 2 6-mans, and the internet was just like, oh my God, this is the best thing. Like, we love this. And we're like,
it just caught on.
Yeah.
I remember seeing on Twitter, I reposted it. I'm like, oh yeah, Team Kick. There we go.
It just they loved it, but it's a shame that WWE never run with her in any sense of like, other than we're all going to fight each other. Like, oh, you could have had some cool stuff where we're all together. Like, yes, war games, but you know, it would have been cool if we had like
the tag titles got introduced later. And
it was a
you
shame.
guys fell apart. Like,
yeah, it was a shame. I would have loved to have seen the tag run a little bit longer before it imploded. Like, even a short run with the tag titles would have been cool. But I think me and Charlie, as good as we were as a tag team, I think we're even better as rivals because we weren't scared to beat the ever-loving crap out of each other just to make it good. You know what I mean?
No, I you could see that. It was evident. Hey, yo, it's your boy, the Wrestling Classic, Justin here. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other shows on the Wrestling Classic YouTube channel, like the TWC show where me and RV talk everything wrestling, updates, new things, old things. We just talk about it all. Mount Rushmore's got you guys pretty mad. And if you haven't already, check out Just Yapping. We talk about a little bit more things about our own personalities outside of wrestling. A biker kicked my car. RV's doesn't take his kids to Disneyland. I don't know why. Check out Just Yapping. Check out the TWC show. And also, if you haven't already, I'm in RV's garage, Rain City Toys Garage. If you need toys, check out raincitytoys.com. Follow him on TikTok. Follow him on Instagram. He's trying to catch up to me. I don't think he's going to, but at least try to help him, like get him there a little bit. If you guys want loose toys, there's loose toys. If you guys want old school toys, new toys, AEW, WCW, Legends, all that stuff, CDs, magazines, raincitytoys.com. Like, comment, subscribe, engage with the YouTube channel. The more you guys engage, the bigger guests I get for casual conversations. And if you guys have been enjoying that series, you have to comment, you have to like, you gotta share it. Wrestling Classic YouTube channel, subscribe, like, comment, keep doing the thing, enjoy the rest of the show. Dig it! Let's take we're gonna wrap this up soon here, but let's take a wrestling break for like a second, and let's talk about you. There are some things that I'm curious about. You've made it no secret that you're a superhero pop culture fan, that you love that
Yes.
that world. What superhero do you think most represents you? Like, who do you relate to them? Like, I'm wearing a Wolverine shirt. I was a
Nice.
Wolverine, Spider-Man, Batman guy. That's what I grew up on. But like, who do you feel like it represents you?
I think anyone who like talks about WWE and Marvel automatically goes like Tegan and Captain Marvel. Like, 'cause I was very open about how Captain Marvel, the movie, saved my life, like in a sense of like it literally did save my life. I was in the darkest times during that second knee injury. And I remember me and Candice talking about the movie, being like, this is gonna be so sick, like so excited to see. And I went to see it on my own at first. And I just sat in the movie theater just sobbing. Because like I knew the story of Captain Marvel, but seeing it like played out a little differently on screen, I was like, oh my God, this is me. Like this is everything that, you know, I strive to be, and I try to put out there as how I want to be perceived. So it's very abundantly obvious to anyone if someone goes, who do you like in Marvel? Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's just, I wouldn't say she's, and this is no strike on Captain Marvel or Brie Larson. I love Brie Larson. I got to do that cool interview with her and work out with her, which is still wild to this day. Like,
That's awesome.
What the hell?
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, like legit. They were like, "Oh, can you come in? We need you to do an interview." I was like, "Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, like I'll do an interview. Oh, you're gonna be working out with someone. Cool. By the way, it's Brie Larson. Excuse me." Like I had no idea I was gonna be working out with Brie Larson. I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Oh, and there's some questions you can ask her." You can't just say, "Hey, you're gonna work out with like one of your heroes," but ask her these. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like you can't do that. So it's no knock on them because they are high on my list. But what a lot of people don't understand is my favorite superhero is Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man and Iron Man are like my top two. Like they're my guys. So if I could be anyone, it'd be Spider-Man. So I could do flips and stuff without getting hurt or feeling old. But if someone said I'm most like, it'd probably be Captain Marvel because that's all I strive to put out there. Is like women can do stuff. Like just because we're females doesn't mean we can't do things. Like and fight for yourself and fight for what you believe in.
Yeah. Maybe you were like Spider-Man when you in your younger days and Captain Marvel
exactly.
as a grizzled vet.
I was Spider-Man until
evolution.
2017.
Yeah. Then you became the grizzled vet Captain Marvel to lead the way, lead the path. What you got some stuff behind you right now and stuff. Like, do you have like a really like your most valuable piece of memorabilia? Like, what's something you own that it doesn't even have to be valuable, like price or wise, but like the most sentimental to you or the most like precious thing that you have?
So there's a couple like of my own stuff or like just things in general. So as my own
in general,
stuff,
like even own stuff, things in general, like even if it's superhero related stuff, like what stuff that you're really like, I have this and nobody will ever take this from me.
Okay, so I still have the gear that I tore my ACL, the Mae Young Classic where I tore my ACL in. I still have that. And I've been playing with the idea of selling it to someone that would actually like truly appreciate it. Whereas like it is sentimental to me, but it's also like that what if memorabilia, like if I, like that. Because I'm thinking about selling it to an actual collector that would be like, oh, I have this.
A collector, not a reseller.
Yeah, exactly. And like I still have my one knee brace, not the one that Dakota stole off me. I don't know where that is. That is somewhere within the WWE depths. They still have it somewhere.
Yeah.
And I would like it back just so I can have it because I would like to put it on my wall, but I don't know where it is. But for myself, like something I would never, ever sell is I have my jacket from the first Mae Young, like my Assassin's Creed jacket.
Yeah.
Like I still have that cool entrance jacket. It's in my box out there. But as other things, I do have a Brie Larson autographed comic book, but in my box up there, my Pokemon box.
Yeah.
I'm a big Pokemon fan. I have. Let me get it for you. Hold on. Let me get it.
Go ahead. Go right ahead. Yeah. This is what we do here. This is what we do here. We get off topic of wrestling and we just do random things. Okay.
So this is full of Pokemon cards and my friends' trading cards.
Yeah.
But I have in here my chase card since it's come out. My favorite Pokemon is Gyarados, right?
Yeah. Would that be your first Pokemon if you had to pick a Pokemon?
100%, hands down.
That would have been my next question, so you just answered it. Yeah. Okay. Why? Why?
Because this is the most expensive Gyarados card. If it comes back in a PSA 10, it's like $2,000, $3,000.
Yeah.
But I just love the artwork on it. But then, because it's got Greninja and stuff on there as well. But my chase card was the Gyarados Rainbow GX.
That's so cool. I'm so sad because I had all these Pokemon cards when I was a kid, and I have no idea where I put them. I'm a 90s kid, right? I was born in 91. Pokemon was like the shit in 97, 98, and whatnot. I used to like cry, get me Pokemon cards, my mom, yada, yada, yada. And I used to trade with my friends. We'd play. I had the Japanese ones and the ones written in English. I had a like Charizard holographic that I was very proud of. And I don't know if my dumbass gave them to my little cousins or where they went. Like I still have all my hockey cards that are worth nothing because I found out hockey cards were mass produced in the 90s. I have all my hockey cards. I have all my wrestling action figures and magazines. Like I didn't let go of those things, but for some reason, I don't know. I have no idea where my Pokemon are. And like we've moved houses. I've moved out and moved back in. I've moved my stuff around. I've never seen them.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I know for a fact, right? Because me and my sister were the same. Loved Pokemon growing up.
Yeah.
She grew out of it. I obviously did not. I had a Team Rocket binder. She had a it was her Blastoise? I think hers is a Blastoise binder, and I had a Team Rocket one. And I know for a fact we both had those shiny Charizards, right? I know for a fact we both did.
I know I did.
Yeah, like it was the first slot in both of our binders was a shiny Charizard. And my mother, one day, she did it still aggravates me to this day. She gave away both our binders and all our Pokemon cards and my wrestling action figures to my friends' kids.
Oh.
I was like, I collected the action figures. Like I had every Christmas was a new action figure of wrestling.
I'm the youngest of three too, so like I also had the hand-me-downs too. So I had my brother's LGNs and Hasbros that I still have. Like I have the 80s stuff. So it's just like I think it could have been me, but it could have been my parents. But I think I went anyway. I liked wrestling and I liked hockey a lot when I was younger, so nobody touched that stuff. But I did get out of Pokemon for a minute, right? So I think in that phase it went, and I'm like, did I give them away? Did my mom give them away? Like, where did they go? Like, I had binders. Like,
it was crazy. I can remember the day I came home from school and I went to go play with my action figures. I was like, hey, where's my action figures? And she was like, oh, I give them to so-and-so. I went, why? She's like, you're too old for that. And I was like, I am like 10 years old. What do you mean? She was like, oh, you Pokemon stuff too. What?
And that trauma made you become a wrestler to prove your mom you weren't too old for it.
Much more trauma.
Yeah. I still remember when my heftier cousin at the time, he was a little kid, he was a little bit hefty, stepped in my wrestling ring and cracked it in the middle. And I had like that it had the WWF logo of Royal Rumble on one side, WrestleMania, red, white, blue ropes. Like actual ropes with the turnabout, and he stepped, and then like I still played with that thing with tape on it, like it was crushed in the middle.
Dude. So one thing I never got growing up was the wrestling ring. So one thing I never got, and I was so sad about it.
I still complain about never being able to get like a jumbo trampoline my entire childhood. Like my mom's like, yeah, but like our neighbor Steve had one. You guys went all the time. I'm like, I wanted my own.
Yeah, I don't want to see Steve every time. I want
to like ask him if I can jump on his trampoline. Like. I want to get injured in my own house. So I don't know, but going back to that. So you have some Pokemon cards in there, some chase cards.
Yeah. So I got my 3 chase cards in there, and then I have my Candice, my Shayna, my Viper, my Molly Holly, my Miko Satomura, my Charlie, and my Katie Ray in there.
Oh, that's
so I have all my friends are in there. And I like to collect my friends' action figures as well. So I have all those in a box. But
keep your mom away from them.
Oh, she's not allowed in this house. Keep a lock on this house. It's not happening. Not happening. And I have not. It's gonna sound cheesy, but I have like one of Miranda's 8x10s on the wall right there. So like, that's kind of like my shit that I would never get rid of is all that kind of feel good stuff.
I'm a kid. I grew up on Bollywood movies. I'm here for a good love story. How did you, Miranda? How did this Miranda thing happen? Who made the first move? What was the story?
So apparently, right, I don't remember it this way, but before, the friggin', the dirt sheets are going to run wild with me saying I was at a bar. Even though
we're going to talk about that. I'm just leaving that for the negative part at the end.
Yeah,
let's talk about this.
Yeah, it's like shit. So I was just having like a drink at the bar. And I think she's like appeared on my Instagram like suggestions page. Because I remember first meeting her from afar, because knee in a brace from she walked in. I saw her with her black and red hair. I was like, damn, she could hurt my feelings, because she walked in as she does, resting bitch face. I was like, God, she could hurt my feelings. And then didn't talk to her. Followed her on Instagram. She followed me, and then she unfollowed me, so I unfollowed her. I was like, I'm not fucking playing this game, right? But I didn't know. I didn't know she was bisexual at the time.
Yeah.
I was just like, I ain't gonna try that. And then she came up on my Instagram Explorer page, and she was producing a match. I was like, oh, dude, you still produce? Apparently I slipped into her DMs. I was like, oh, dude, you still produce? And then it went from there, and then we just started talking every day. Like, we go back and forth between Texas and Florida, visiting each other. And then I moved to Houston.
Yeah.
So, and now we're just trying to do like our own thing, like we're trying to, with the wrestling school, and like she's obviously got her own business with that, and like her massage therapy business and all that kind of stuff. So we're just doing our own thing, and I'm going into personal training, and she's got a very successful business over there. So we're just living our happy little lives here in Houston.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess, a lot of this is stuff you guys can do together moving forward, like the helping wrestlers and the personal training and all that type of stuff. Let me ask you this before we get back to wrestling. What is one thing about you think that people might not know, that outside of wrestling, that you're either really interested in, or is like, oh, surprising to them, or?
I don't know if it's like surprising or whatnot. I don't know, because I feel like a lot of people know my stuff, because I'm a very open book in a sense. Whenever someone asks me something, I'll tell them the truth. I'm not gonna lie to them. Like, I love animals. But probably the one thing right now that I love, the show Baddies. This is the only thing I could think of. I am obsessed with the show Baddies. Like, it's bad. Like, to the point
it is trash reality TV.
I love it. Like, I will wake up in the morning and that's the first thing I put on. Obsessed with the show.
I've never really watched it, but I'm in like a group chat with or a couple of the girls in that group chat were like obsessed with it. And we'd all like we did a thing, especially during the pandemic era, where like when Clubhouse was like a big thing, we'd all be in a Clubhouse room watching wrestling together. And then when the wrestling would end, like we'd all just still hang out and just like shoot the shit. And they would go to watch Baddies, and I'm like, what is that happening in the background? Like,
it's legit my favorite thing right now. To the point where me and Miranda have sat around going, how do we get some of them to come to the dojo so we can help? Like, we can teach them some stuff. Like, how do we do this? Because I love them. I genuinely love that show so much.
Yeah.
So probably that would be the most, something that people don't know about me, is I'm addicted to like trash reality shows. But right now, Baddies is my life. Like, like to the point where I'll walk around the house singing the theme song for Baddies Africa. Like, we've watched, like, we're on our 4th season in like a month.
Yeah.
Less than a month. I just walk around the house just singing the song.
Listen, it's almost like against everything that you'd think I would like, but trashy reality TV shows sometimes are my guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
And I just like love the drama and the bullshit. Like, I'm just like,
because like looking at me, you'd think like, oh, no one really, like, growing up I didn't like reality TV. I was never a Big Brother person, never this person. But like, you look at me like, oh, she's very gay, she's covered in tattoos, she plays video games, she's a nerd. You never think fucking Baddies. And they're going, I'll fight them. Send them my way, I'll do it. I get my ass kicked. You know what I mean? But fuck, put me on Baddies. I'd have a great time.
You know, you guys should start a YouTube channel at the school and invite them to come through, make it a video.
I want to so bad. Like, we're trying to figure out, like, we are both on watch lists for when the reunion tickets come out.
Yeah.
Like, Baddies USA reunion, we're both on watch lists to get notified when the tickets come out. So we're trying to be like, how do we get them into the dojo? So
how do we have this
we can teach
conversation?
them how to
with
wrestle and like
Yeah.
go from there, because they're always talking about like wrestling and WWE and all this other stuff. I'm like,
You gotta
Okay.
find that. You gotta
Thank
find
you.
that contact email. I mean,
well, Rolly follows me, so that's something.
there you go. Slide in those DMs. I'm telling you, that's something I learned a long time
I'm
ago. Just slide in
I'm-
the DMs, shoot your shot. If they don't
I'm-
respond, don't take it personally.
I'm scared. I've seen her fight. She throws bombs, dude.
Hey, listen, maybe there's not a YouTube channel, but you already have a Twitch channel, and that could be some content for Twitch.
Right? It could. It'd be great content, to be honest.
We're in the dojo. How is everything with Twitch? How do you enjoy your Twitch community?
I enjoy it. I haven't streamed for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Because I was super sick all December, like really sick. I like to the point where only within the last week my cough is gone. But I was like so sick to the point where I've never pulled out of a booking for illness until last month. And that was my hometown, like my home booking of attacking caught. Like I've never pulled out of a booking. Like that's how sick I was. So I haven't really streamed because I haven't felt like myself until starting to get back there now. So hopefully mid February I can start again, because I think I'm just gonna take the rest of January to fully heal, because I still get out of breath real easy.
Yeah.
And it's not fun if I'm there going, I can't fucking breathe properly.
For sure. Yeah.
So I never want people to tune in and be bored. So if I'm not being able to give. What's that?
What is your Twitch channel? People.
Nixon Newell official.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
You don't want to be on there dying and not being.
And like I don't want to, like, because I like to stream for a decent amount of time. I like to stream for like 3-4 hours at a time.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be able to like go on there and just be like, oh dude, it's 90 minutes in. I gotta go. Like it's pointless at that point.
That is like part of the reason why I like people like, oh, do you like Justin? Like you love video games. Like, you used to play them all the time. And I'm like, I can't anymore. They're like, why not? Because I'm like, I don't know what it is about video games, but you're like, oh, I'm gonna play for like 30 minutes, and next I'm up till like 5 a.m. Like there's no in between. There's no in between. Like time just flies by when you're playing. I'm like, I'm a big like, I want to play Red Dead. I want to play a lot. Like I want the adventure game. Like give me that open world or an adventure. And that's just like, I can't stop. I don't know when to stop.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Like thankfully, like I usually stream. So when we train at the dojo, it's like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So at least those 3 days, I have a timeline. Like I have to stop by then. But it's also annoying because I'll be playing story games and something good happens. I'm like, no, I have to leave and I don't want to go. Like it happened with the Ghosts of Yote.
Yeah.
I'm so into it and I'm like, God damn it, I have to leave.
I don't sleep. Like literally the sun will be, and it's like I don't do that really with like sports games. Wrestling games I get into, but I fall out of it every once in a while. Like I'll build my whole universe. I'll do like 2 months and I'll forget about it for like 6 months. But like those type of games are like playing with people. Like hockey, soccer, wrestling. I like playing with people, but like I think ever since like Jack and Daxter, like everything I played growing up, like was just adventure games, and I'm like, I can't stop. What are some of your favorite video games? If you were to say your top 5 favorite video games, off the top of your head now, what are your top 5?
Okay, so top 1, Red Dead 1, like with John Marston. I love 2, but 1 made me fall in love with like. Not fall in love with adventure games, but that like brought me into like a whole new genre. 2 would be Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Yeah. Like I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. 3 would be Red Dead 2. And then it's going to sound stupid, but 4 and 5 is Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Odyssey.
I think I only played Valhalla, I think.
Oh, so good. Like I think I'm like 200 hours in Valhalla. Like I put time into that game.
That's insane. I'm like the worst. I won't even buy. Everyone's like, Justin, go buy a PS5. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
You screw yourself.
I'm not going to get anything else done. I'm like,
no.
And I don't know, unless I make money on it and start Twitch streaming or something. Like, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't.
No, it's but the games are so like I said, I'm big Assassin's Creed fan, like huge. So those very easy top 5.
Yeah.
Either Assassin's Creed or Red Dead.
Now I know, and I played one Assassin's Creed, and everyone's like, no, they've gotten better. Like I'm like, I will one day when I'm old and I just want to be like an old stoner playing video games. I will.
Hell
do
yeah.
it. Yeah. But, that being said, last few wrestling questions, and we'll wrap up the last few questions. First things first.
That's good.
You talk about wanting to train and wanting to help others and do this. If the opportunity ever came up to go to the PC and do a class and do some seminars over there, is that something you'd be interested in?
Oh, I'd bite their hand off of there. Absolutely. Like that place was like, I wouldn't say anything negative about that place other than some of their choices recently with releases. But I had a blast there. Even with the injuries, like it was a great time. I would love to be able to go back and give some of my knowledge that I've learned over the past 16 years to others. So I'd absolutely go back in a heartbeat to teach some people. I don't know if I'd move back to Florida, and I'd try and work it out so I didn't have to move because I hate moving.
Yeah,
but,
it's a lot.
Yeah, but I'd absolutely go back if they asked me to help train some people.
Yeah, even if it's a gift, pop in every couple of months. We'd love to have you here for a seminar, kind of show the girls what you learned. Like I think, and they've done that a lot with, I think I just interviewed like Headbanger Mosh, like from the Headbangers, and he was telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I get to go to the PC everyone. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
like
I would love that. I would love that. I feel like they get a different aspect of like, even if it's like helping the beginners or helping people returning from injuries, like I feel like I have good knowledge on both. So I'd love to go in and do something like that with them.
And I think especially once you're done your courses and you're like, you have that certificate of like, oh no, I've been through this and I've learned about it, and like I feel like I could come down there and help. I think that'd be like a really super cool opportunity for you. So I'll put that out in the universe.
Yeah, do that. Let's do that.
I'm gonna get heat if I don't ask about it. So just generally, what happened with AEW?
I've talked about it on my Twitch. I said our side. It was no negative feelings on anyone's side. It's just wasn't meant to be, is how I'll keep it, because I've said my side. And if people want to go see the whole story, they can go on my Twitch and watch it. But a lot of dirt sheets like to spread stuff that isn't correct and get false information and put it out there, which is what happened a lot last time. And I called the dirt sheets out, talked to them directly, and then they stopped reporting false information. So
obviously we can't speak on their end whatsoever, but on your end, do you feel like that door is closed?
I don't think so, because it was never any negative. Like when we left, it wasn't like we stormed out. It was an understanding on both sides, and both of okay, cool, like no worries, we get it. And then we were like, okay, cool, thank you for the opportunity. It was never anything negative until the dirt sheets made it negative.
Yeah. And I'm sure like you've been in the business long enough, not to like vanity search on social media and read things or whatnot. But if you whenever you come across those negative comments, you're just kind of like, man, you guys don't even know, because there's always that they lost their opportunity. Because especially with the tribalistic fans, the ones that are like pro AEW, is that just kind of like you guys don't know? Yeah,
like at this point I've dealt with so much negative stuff online, like with the second injury, and I'm not exaggerating. Every day for close to 18 months, one particular fan, amongst a few others, but one particular fan was telling me to kill myself every single day without fail. So I learned from that to not pay attention to comments online, because 99.9% of the time the people that are tweeting have no idea what happened, the situations that happened. Like they just think what they want to think, or they believe what they read, instead of asking the actual people, which is crazy. So there's a John Lennon poster behind me. They don't really think for themselves, They really don't. They really don't. And I know as soon as this interview goes out, it'll fire back up again. I don't expect anything less. They'll take some snippets from it, run with it, make me out to be the bad guy again. But on both sides, it was never anything negative. So,
and they'll probably not even mention this part, but I don't think there really is a bad guy in this situation. I think it was just a disagreement, coming to terms. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. Okay, cool. That's fine. And I
wouldn't even say a disagreement, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even a disagreement. We both we were given what we were given. We did it the week before, and we were promised something else. They said okay, and it just didn't come to fruition. So we just said okay, cool, and they went, oh yeah, no, we totally understand. Like, thank you so much, we appreciate it. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was very, very civilized on both sides. Like, no worries. Like it was wild. It was wild how wrestling fans and dirt sheets just run with something that was completely inaccurate.
The silver lining, those two women that took on an opportunity. Now they're doing all right for themselves. So
I'm happy for
good
them.
for them. Yeah, good for them.
I'm
Congratulations.
super happy for them.
They should give you.
Like I'm super happy for them. I'm not like, I'm not negative to them at all. Like I'm glad.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think you're negative.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like that's like a silver. Like, look, these other girls that might have not got an opportunity off of something that happened with us that you guys are mad about. So like,
exactly.
Yeah.
And there's no negative feelings between us either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think
Like,
both of you are at a different point of your career where you're more content with your wrestling careers and whatnot. These were two girls that were grinding to make it somewhere, and you guys kind of gave them that opening. Yeah.
Exactly. Like there's no negative about this situation at all. It's just dirt sheets and wrestling fans like to make negative things out of anything.
Yeah, and jump on something to like be like, it's okay to have an opinion, but you're not going to be. You can't critique something so hardcore unless you've done it. You can have an opinion, you can like and dislike things, but you can't sit there and nitpick on spots and this and that if you've never done it. Exactly. As an adult that's lived life, I've been hungover, I've been sick, I've not wanted to be somewhere, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Wrestlers are humans, you guys go through the same shit. No, you might be hungover, you might be sick, you might have woken up on the wrong side of the bed. It might not be your day, and it might not be the best match. Who knows, But whatever.
Like I said, like people are gonna take me saying this my last year. Like I said it on my Twitch, and they're taking it as, oh, you're doing it because you haven't got any more opportunities. Like I was like, no, I've said this for 2 years. Like this is not a new. This is not a new statement. I've said for the last 2 years, this is probably going to be my last year because I want to go and do my personal training. I want to go do other things that I'm passionate about. Like I've done wrestling for half my life at this point. I want to go explore other opportunities.
Yeah, and that day, like I asked you, I asked it in that way of like, I've heard you say this for a while, but like, what is it? Because you've been saying it for a while, right? So like, it's not like it was just something new that happened after this incident or anything.
No,
like, you've been saying it.
Yeah.
And then to the point why I've been hounding you for an interview too, because I was like, let's get her on before she's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get her on before she stops doing it. Like now I know that you're still going to be around wrestling, so maybe we'll do this again down the road. But I don't know what you were going to do at that point. I'm like, is she just leaving wrestling? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's move on from that though. Yeah. I think the point is there's nothing negative about it. That's the final point. They want to know they can go watch a Twitch stream.
Yep.
And it wasn't any like for anyone that's still talking, like there was nothing that it was really just like dirt sheet worthy content. No. There was no baddies drama that happened. It was just
legit. There was no need for it to be on the dirt sheets.
Yeah. That all being said, one last wrestling thing. I'm gonna wrap up with my usual wrapping up questions, but because I still feel like it's never successfully been done on a big stage in wrestling. And you were in that company, Sonya was in that company. There's been a ton of gay or bisexual wrestlers in wrestling, but there hasn't been like a properly created storyline where that was like portrayed the right way, I think. I mean, we've had the jokingness with the Billies and Chucks. They did the controversial stuff with like CJ, Lana and Liv, but like, is that something you still think was missing or should happen or kind of behind the trend or?
I mean, either way, it's going to get bad backlash from certain people that think it's pushing a narrative. But if it's done correctly, I think it could be incredible. I just think people are too scared to take that leap with the political climate how it is. I would still like to see it done, but like I said, I'd like to see it done correctly and not like a half-assed, like, hey, look at these people, like, oh, look at these, like, make it mean something and make it meaningful, where even if there is a highlight on, like, certain charities or certain things behind it, to be able to get that the correct story out instead of it being they're pushing the narrative like a lot of people would think. So I think with this political climate and these next 3 years, I just think in this climate and with who's in charge of certain things, I think right now is not the right time to pursue that storyline because I want it to be done correctly when it's done and not made a laughing stock or a false narrative pushed with it. So
yeah, it seems like they'll be most comfortable doing it when it's like innuendos and like
exactly
the sexuality of it all,
yeah.
but not like a serious like, oh, these people love each other, they like each other, there's a relationship.
Yeah, which is kind of like what Miranda and I are trying to do with the tag stuff. Like we're trying to show like not only are we a strong couple like personally, but like as a tag too, like we gel well in all aspects of life, which is the not necessarily gimmick that we're trying to do, but like we're just trying to show people like, hey, you like things can work. You know what I mean?
And that it doesn't necessarily need to be a story, but like this can exist in this realm of wrestling.
Exactly. So we're not going out there like making out with each other in the ring and stuff like that. Like we're not doing that. It's just hey, we're a couple, but we're also tag partners. Like we can show you that this isn't like what everyone is trying to make it seem from a certain side.
Yeah. No, I think that's right. And I think in due time, I think it will happen eventually. I think they've tried, but it's always been either controversial or innuendos or like to pop people. Like, I mean, the early 2000s was a different time than now. It's a lot more in entertainment, in every television show, in stuff that it is more normalized and accepted. So I think it could be done, just has to be done the right way. And it's like you have the opportunities. You were in the company, Sonya was in the company, Fred Rosser was in the company at one point. Moving forward, last couple of questions to wrap it up. If there's one match of yours, of your own, a match you were participated in that you could show your younger self, 10-year-old Nixon, what match would you show?
Probably my street fight with Dakota. Yeah. Just to be like, hey, you do this eventually. Like this is, you do this on a big stage with one of your best friends and have a killer match, even if the table didn't break.
That's fair. You know what though? Like I always, I'm like with the women, if the table doesn't break, it's more accepting than when a guy falls doing it.
100%. It just hurts so much more.
I don't think people realize that too. Like when it doesn't break, it hurts more. I love interviewing people that wrestle too because I'm like, yo, like, because I've done it just like for fun and I've just been in the environment. I'm like, yo, anyone that thinks like running the ropes feels great or taking a bump feels great, like it does not. Like,
dude, I do this 3 days a week at training, and on the first day, I'm like, oh my god, Like now I've been doing this for 16 years. This still hurts.
It's not cushioned. It's not light and like fluffy.
No, they're like, the table didn't break. It didn't hurt. I went back with the biggest welt on my back from the metal. It's like, oh my god.
It's even worse that it didn't break.
Yeah, it did.
I feel like you've talked about it a ton, so I don't even really need to ask. But it is the beginning of a new year, so like, what is something you want to accomplish by the end of this year? If there's one thing you put on the university, like, I'll hopefully. Not the baddies thing. I know the education stuff's going on. Like, what's one thing
what do you mean? I can't be on baddies by the end of the year.
I want the baddies to get into the ring by the end of this year. We are aware of that. What is one thing you wish to accomplish by the end of this year that you haven't spoken about?
Just happiness, I think. Like, I'd like to be this happy at the end of the year, personally, in my relationship with my family and life, like just happy, I guess. Because like right now, like I said, I'm doing the studying thing. So with the studying thing, with the personal training, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I'm the strongest I've ever been. So I'd just like to see that continue throughout the year. And by the end of 2026, you'd see me, but a completely different version of me, but 10 times happier.
What's a piece of advice that you would give the Nixon that was breaking into wrestling now, since you've been doing it for 16 years and you've been through so much injuries, releases, rehires, all that stuff? Like, what's something you could, if you can go back and talk to Nixon that was about to take her first booking, you could whisper something to her, like, what would you say?
Don't care too much about what other people think. Focus on you, which is, I think, was a big struggle of mine for a lot of my career. I was trying to make other people happy instead of myself, so I was getting trodden on a lot, whereas the last 4 or 5 years I've just been like, no, I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and that at the end of the day, it's my mental health I have to worry about. No one else is going to worry about my mental health other than me, so I'm just gonna do what makes me happy.
That is the key to happiness, to do whatever makes you happy.
Exactly.
Do the things that fill your heart with joy.
Exactly.
And then last question. Wait, how old were you when you did start training though?
I started training when I was 15, but I had my first match at 16.
That's crazy. That really has the most of that. Last but not least, I ask everybody this to wrap things up, so I have to ask you.
Okay.
At this particular moment, do you feel like you made your younger self proud? Do you feel like 10-year-old Nixon would be like, damn, like we've lived our life?
Oh, that made me a bit emotional to think about, actually. I think so. I think I think so. I think I've never done anything to make myself or my younger self feel embarrassed or degraded myself. I think I've stuck to my guns in that sense of being who I want to be, not who someone else wants to be. Even though, like I said, I did let a lot of people tell me how to think. I was never not myself in my real life, which is, I think, the most important thing.
Yeah. So she would be proud.
I think so. I'd like to think so.
I would think so too. You stay true to yourself through it all. I
did.
You let some voices in, but you've learned that that's probably not the best thing to do.
Exactly. You learn from your mistakes.
Well, thank you. We did this. We got it done.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
We got it done.
We did.
It took some time, but we
have to have a catch up at the end of the year to see how it is.
Yeah. We're gonna see if you got those baddies. And then now that I know that you're gonna stick in wrestling, like, we'll definitely run this back at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this was a good time.
Of it then.
All technical difficulties aside, this was a good time. Yeah.
Technical difficulties and dog difficulties, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. If you aren't already, make sure you follow Nixon on social media. Check out everything she's doing. Follow the Twitch channel, Nixon Newell Official. She will start streaming again, hopefully next month.
Hopefully next 2 weeks, yeah.
It's definitely not the last we've heard from you. There's a lot you got planned, it seems.
No, I got a lot planned, and you can catch me on other websites too, not in a weird way, but you know.
Yeah. Go ahead, promote it. You can promote it here. You can definitely promote it here. I'm the Wrestling Classic. Do you see the stuff I post after time?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like that.
I started this when I was 23. I've grown up now. I'm 34, but I integrated models on this page at a very early point. The models started paying me to be on the page. It was a wild time. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, go follow my OnlyFans.
Go do it.
It's a different side of me. It's still me versus a different side of me. And I'm proud of it. People can shit on it, but I'm proud of it. I said I'm in the best shape of my life right now. I'll show it off if I want to show it off.
Exactly.
Take that, haters.
Yeah. We're going to wrap it up on that. Take that, haters. We'll see you all next time. Keep doing the thing.
It's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.
I can see my dog's going crazy right now.
That's okay.
I don't know if Miranda's still here.
If you need to go check on the dog,
just real quick. Real quick.
Totally fine. Go ahead. Yeah, that's so many dogs in my life. Our dogs go nuts. If they got loose, like we'd have to like leave school and come back and like catch the dog, put it away. Everyone's stuck in their house. We like two big Fila Brazilian dogs that were just
nice.
They were.
No, she got beat up by a wiener dogs like a couple years ago. So if she sees a wiener dog, she hates it. And next door's got a wiener dog. So as soon as she's out, they just. My God,
it's like a war vet out there.
She is. Lost every fight she's ever been in. She's lost to 2 possums, 2 wiener dogs, and a Yorkie. But please,
possums. I don't know, man. I find possums to be just so like when I see them, like
oh, dude, the first
so
time
ugly.
I saw one, they're creepy as hell. Like the first time I saw one, I saw it. It was me and Dakota were driving home from an NXT show. And we stopped. The car came to a screech because she was just staring at us in the middle of the road, and like the headlights just beaming on it. We both went, what the is that? We're like, oh my God, it's a possum. Oh my God. We had to Google what it was.
Because they come out at nighttime and like they are like, it was the same thing. Like my streetlights. I'm like, this is scarier than a raccoon or a cat. Yeah. Like this is
like,
what is this creature?
Like, what is happening?
Yeah, this giant rat. I don't know. Okay.